This is the Lytphone 3 running Spotify and iMessage. So if you want to learn how to set up the Lytphone completely custom for your specific needs, definitely hang on to this video. I hacked my Lytphone for the first time a few months ago, but more recently when I went to record this video, Lyte had created a patch with their new firmware update that made it to where the keyboard I was using to hack my Lytphone previously no longer worked. So I've gone ahead and found the new way to hack the Lytphone, to jump into developer mode. And so in this video, I'm gonna use the newest way with the latest firmware update. Keep in mind, I'm using a USB-C keyboard plugged into the Lytphone in order to access developer tools. So make sure you go ahead and grab a USB-C keyboard, your Lytphone cable, get it plugged in, and we're gonna dive right in. This is the area where they changed it. You used to be able to use Windows key I to access, but now it's Windows B. From there, you wanna click Alt-Tab, and that'll take you through all the different recent apps you've been using, but specifically, we wanna jump into Settings. Now from here, you wanna access developer mode. And in order to do that, you need to scroll down, go to About Phone, and then scroll down to the bottom of that and look for Build Number. And when you find build number, you're gonna click it 7 times to access developer mode. Now, as you can see, when I click it 7 times, it says I already have access because I've already done this. Now, the next thing you wanna do is type in the search bar OEM, and then you wanna find OEM unlocking. You wanna make sure OEM unlocking is turned on. From there, I want to go to the display settings on the phone. Now, this will make a lot more sense later on when we are accessing key mapping. So you wanna go click display size, and you're gonna change the display font size and the display size to as small as possible. Now from here, we wanna change the default homepage. So I'm gonna go ahead and scroll to apps. I'm gonna scroll down to default apps, and then I'm gonna go to home app. Right now, it's currently set to light, and I wanna change that to quick step. And I wanna go ahead and jump into Google, and the first thing we wanna download is the App Store, the Aurora App Store. And then you wanna go ahead and click the 3 lines and click Downloads and clear that out. And then scroll down and you'll see here Aurora Store, so click that. And then you wanna click Releases and click the top option. And since I already have this installed, it's simply going to update my Aurora Store app to the latest version, but this will be how you install it onto your Lytphone. All right, now that it's installed, the first thing you wanna search is KeyMapper. And what this app is going to allow you to do is map certain functions inside of your phone based on key selections. So you can quickly access Spotify or any other apps you program. Now, once that downloads, we'll go ahead and open it and get started. But the first thing we need to do is go ahead and download Spotify so that we can access that app using KeyMapper when we have a trigger that coordinates with an action. And of course, the action we want to be is open Spotify. So I'm gonna go ahead and download Spotify so that's available to us inside of our Lytphone once we have it all set up. So we'll go ahead and install Spotify. Go ahead and log in with your own credentials, of course. All right, and now that I'm logged in, I'm gonna go ahead and head back over to KeyMapper and get my keys set up. These Lytphone videos would not have been possible without the sponsor of this series, Lyca. Get started with Lyca Mobile for just $10. Now you'll get 18 gigs of data per month, which includes 10 gigs of high-speed hotspot. Now they also have an unlimited plan starting at just $20. This is my strong recommendation for those who are active on their phones throughout the day, particularly students who want unlimited high-speed data with 15 gigs of high-speed hotspot to share with friends. Now you'll also get the usual Lyca benefits of unlimited talk and text nationwide and to 100 countries, as well as unlimited talk and text if you're in Canada and Mexico. Keep in mind again that this offer is for new customers and only available at lycamobile.com. All right, now we want to go ahead and create a trigger, and you may not be able to view record trigger. This was the thing that really stumped me when I first was setting up my light phone. It's because I didn't make the display size or the display text as small as possible. So if you're still running into that issue, go ahead, head over to the settings, go back to the display size settings, make sure that is set to smallest font size and smallest display size. I'm gonna head back over to KeyMapper. Now, one thing it's gonna have you do is activate the accessibility. So you just go ahead and click through these options to make sure the accessibility is able. I'm gonna set Spotify open to be the left scroll click and then the home button click at the same time. Now I'm gonna go ahead and click Actions, which is on the top menu area next to Trigger. What action? Scroll down and select Open an app. Now I'm gonna scroll and find Spotify. Looks good. Scroll back and back up. Now, one thing I need to do before moving on is fix one of the discrepancies. The top one is the only one that I found you need to fix. So go ahead and click the fix button, fix partially, and that's never caused an issue for me. So take me to the default home that I currently have set, but I can quickly jump into the light home by clicking the light button. And then I can test my sequence to see if it will open Spotify. And there we go. Spotify is now accessible for my light phone. But we want to make sure that we can get back into our normal light phone functionality. So go ahead and click Alt-Tab to cycle through your most recent apps and head back to Settings. From Settings, go ahead and change your display text and display size to your preferred sizing. And then from here, we want to go ahead and switch back to the default light phone view. So we need to go cycle through again to Settings, click back, go to Apps, select Default Apps, and change the Home app from Quick Step back to Light OS. And you're done, and you have Spotify installed. In the intro to this video, I talked about iMessage. I utilized a fantastic tutorial to set up my light phone on iMessage. I'm gonna link that below this video. Now, the reason I'm not going to include how to set up iMessage in this video is because it takes about an hour of just video watching time in order to make it possible. And secondly, I'm no longer using iMessage on my light phone. You have to have an Apple Mac device running at all times to act as your iMessage server to capture the messages and then send them through an app called Blue Bubbles to your light phone. And I did not have the available equipment to do that all the time, and therefore I'm no longer using iMessage on my light phone. But I wanted to connect you with the best resource that I found because there's a lot of different tutorials online right now, and I felt that this one was the most conclusive for a beginner like myself who had never hacked an Android device before and has historically been a major iPhone user to get this set up on the light phone. So I've linked that below, and I hope that that's a very helpful guide for you. One note I want to make on that, in the tutorial, near the time when you're setting up the Google Firebase server, he wants you to go ahead and do like legacy mode. You no longer have to do that legacy mode. Just go ahead and click through that step using the latest version of Firebase, and it should work fine. Now, there's lots of troubleshooting online, so reference that if necessary. But like I said, this was the most robust, conclusive guide that I could find, and it was the easiest one to follow. As I was editing this video, I just had a thought. Don't overdo it. Keep the light phone simple. Focus on the qualities that matter most, and that's a mindset shift. So if you're just gonna go stack all your apps on top of the light phone again, please don't do that. Only keep the absolute bare essentials. I think that's how you're gonna have the most success and most enjoyment out of the light phone 3. Now, if you have any trouble following the video or the steps no longer align or something happens, go to the holy grail of light phone modding, and that is the Reddit page, which I will also link below this video. If this video has pushed you over the edge and you want to make a purchase of a light phone, head down in the description below and click those links. If you do make a purchase, I'll get a small commission, but at no extra cost to you. Also, if you want an affordable way to get started on the light phone, definitely consider Lyca. Very affordable plans, and so I definitely recommend checking out Lyca. I've been doing a full series on the light phone, so if this is one of the first videos you're catching, definitely check out the full playlist. Hopefully help you make a buying decision, but ultimately get on a path to freedom using the light phone. I'll see you in the next video.